get the what?
Crimson Mirror Part 2 tomorrow. I kind of forgot about it. I was like, oh, no Critical Role tomorrow, but there actually is.
There is.
There's no Bell's Hells. There's just Crimson Mirror 2. Did you ever watch the first one yet?
I watched some of it, and things have been coming up quite frequently these days.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know?
I hear that. Hey, Critters in Taiwan are streaming.
Hey, all right, look at that. You're a number one fan.
I'm gonna watch myself watching myself.
All right. There's gonna be a little delay. Don't get confused. It's normal. It's natural.
Hi. 2, 3, 4.
On a mobile device, it's usually
5
like
seconds. It's only 5 seconds. 1.
I mean, only.
2,
if you're on a PC,
3,
it's pretty quick.
4, 5. Yeah, 5 seconds. Wow, that's amazing.
Just like when you interact with them, it's a 10-second delay because you have to type in there and then send it.
Oh, weird. I can't close that? Oh, there we go. I can close it now.
That happens to me all the time if I'm watching Twitch out in the balcony.
Oh.
You know, they're just like, I just got to wait. It's 5 seconds in, 5 seconds back, and then they see it, and then they have to respond to it. So it's like 30 seconds sometimes before you get a response on mobile. But it's fine. Hey, should we jump into this? We're on the internets.
Hey, are we on the internet?
Yeah.
Right on. Welcome to Critters in Taiwan, a D&D podcast, a D&D podcast about Critical Role, where a bunch of nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. I am Ben and Gaosheng.
I'm Tim and Taijon.
And we're Critters in Taiwan.
That's true. Wait, do I have a line?
No, I just stopped talking because, reasons. It's been another hell of a week here, buddy. How about you?
Yeah, it's been back-to-back busyness based on things that have been going on that we are not showing because we are professional.
Yes.
Right?
Professionals.
Yes.
That's what I think of every time I think of us.
Yeah.
That's exactly the word that comes to my mind.
Hey, my eyes are a lot more white this time on the white parts.
My eyes are more white?
Mine are.
Oh, yours are.
Last time I think they were kind of red.
Well, yeah, that happens too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so life stuff.
Yeah, life stuff. We had an interruption on Tuesday. Good news for once. An interruption yesterday. Good news for once. And then so we're on a couple of days later.
That's fine.
But who cares? Things happen. And it was good to have good news after life shit.
Yeah, we shall persevere.
Yes.
So on that note, tonight we are talking about number 89, their last offering of March. They're taking a break this week. But this episode was titled Divisive Portents.
Okay. I mean, I think I say this a lot, but that's kind of all that happened. Great episode. Enjoyed it a lot,
Yeah, enjoyed it a lot.
as always. And I've got plenty of things to say about it, but they're going a little slow because it's as we said before, there's no arcs. It's just everybody at the same time. So it's just like, right, there's this, and then move forward, right?
That's right.
I enjoy it because it's very video gamey. That's how it feels to me.
It does. It really does have a very serious video game feel, which kind of makes sense because they're all gamers, right? They all play games.
They're in the games I play. Yeah.
And they're in the games. Yes, they are. So we don't have an episode this week, so we'll be off the air. But we do have the second part of the Candela Obscura Crimson Mirror, Circle of the Crimson Mirror, I think they call it. Which again, I reiterate from the last month when it was on. It's excellent.
Gotta find time for it, man.
Liam as the GM knocked it out of the park. Honestly, better than any of the other ones I saw.
Liam the GM.
I don't, like I said before, I don't get into this genre. It's not for me. I really, really enjoyed his storytelling and the way the rest of them facilitated. They all sort of were like, yes, we want to be part of your story. And there was a lot of enthusiasm. It was just really good.
Had a little digital hiccup there. I think we're good.
Oh, okay. I really enjoyed it, and I hope part 2 is as good, maybe better. Also, I didn't ask you, but I'm sure with all this stuff, you have not had time to get into Daggerheart yet.
No, I started the just what do they call it? Something zero, Studio Zero, Session Zero.
Yes.
I started it, but then things have been pretty busy lately for whatever reasons. And
the Session Zero is really fun. It's really fun to watch.
It's got to be casual as hell, right?
It is.
Because I got into some like half of the characters by the time I had to do something else.
They're just talking over each other like a Session Zero. I've been part of a lot of Session Zeros, and it felt totally natural and just the way that they usually go. with the big exception of that the first time we've ever seen anybody play this game system before.
That's
so
awesome. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's a double whammy. It's like you get to see behind the curtain, and you get to see a brand new unboxing. So it's very, very cool.
Nice. Have you been interactive as far as beta? Because as they say in the beginning of Critical Role, they're like, and send us feedback. You know?
I've looked at it. I've looked at the surveys. I've looked at the stuff. I've not been part of it. We'll see. My buddy and I have been having messages. My other DM buddy here, we've been having messages back and forth about maybe running a one shot. Maybe invite. I downloaded everything. I've read through most of it.
Nice.
So thinking about maybe giving it a shot. I don't think I should really answer any questions or be part of it until I actually do play test it. So if we do that, then I probably will. I have my own opinions about stuff, but if we actually do a one shot or a little mini campaign, then maybe we'll do it. I talked with my other group about doing it as well, possibly after we finish our Curse of Strahd campaign. It's like 3 years in now. I think we're still going, but
It's how often? How many times a month?
Once,
right? Yeah,
once a month, maybe. Sometimes every month and a half. So sometimes not as often as we'd like to. That's why. Once a month, 4 or 5 hour sessions max. So it takes time. Yeah.
So the beta thing is it's free, right?
Yes.
For anybody or for channel subscribe? It's just
It's just go to daggerheart.com and download the entire thing.
Jeez.
It's all there.
And
they put everything. I've got it right here.
If
on
they
my
update
desktop.
it, does it?
The actual the player what's the player materials? What's the start here? I think it's a 300 page book. How fucking big is this book? It's massive. It's a monstrous book. Like it's a huge PDF. I think it's there's the playtest manuscript. There it is. It is. Why doesn't it tell me how many pages it is?
Man, it's AC season again.
It's huge. Yeah, we're close to it over here, but not quite. I don't know. It's a lot of pages.
Hope it doesn't come in the mic. We'll find out.
It's 200 and some pages. It's a huge thing. It comes with everything you need to get started. It's very cool. It has all the cards ready to go, like all those beautiful graphic design, like they're beautiful original artwork cards. You can download them, put them on. You can print them out onto cardstock and cut them out, and it's beautiful, beautiful set.
Man,
yeah, there's some neat ideas,
it's exciting.
Neat things, but some things that are a little bit too board gamey about it, and some things that are a little bit too 5e about it. So that's kind of cool because they blend, but it's kind of like you just did this with that. Okay, that's kind of unoriginal.
Isn't that kind of the whole thing?
Yeah, sort of. I don't know why I'm complaining. I'm not really complaining. I'm just talking.
At least enough of a difference to avoid any kind of legal shit, right?
Yes, and enough of a difference to make it interesting. Like
Sorry about all the coughing.
To be sort of fun and exciting. So and new, original. There are some very original things. Hey, should we get talking about tonight's episode, though?
Sure. We might have to be a little bit quick tonight, guys.
I hope so. We deserve it. We deserve it. Let's get into rollies, because I got a few things I would like to say.
All right, jumping right in then. Let's roll it out. You're going to win a lot because of 4 die 1. 13. Oh, for fuck's sake. I should have prioritized this shit.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I want to talk about that quite yet, but
Yeah,
I'll start with this one. No, that's in the second half.
Uh-oh.
Chronological. All right, fuck it. Yeah, I'm going to start from the beginning.
Who cares? Okay.
Well, damn it. Flip a coin. 1 through 10, it's that. 11 through 20. All right, so I'm doing the second one. In the second half, maybe not even just the second half, just kind of this game in general, because the wide range of styles in which people play this game, Dungeons and Dragons, some people say like, all right, I'm going to whack him with the axe. You're like, hey, you obliterate him. And then I'm going to take all the gold and, like just video game, get in victory and get out. And then you've got Critical Role, where they're actors and actresses and they're getting deep. They're crying at the table and like really getting into it. Yep. And it hit me, especially in this episode with the conversations with Imogen's mom, and then between Imogen and Laudna,
Yeah.
And I was like, it's really deep. They're doing a really good job, but it kind of reminded me of when you're kids and you start playing like, let's play doctor or hospital. You know, it sounds fine. It sounds fun. It's like, hey, I come in, I have a cold. Like, here, take this medicine. You drink the puddle water, you know, and you leave, and then another. You didn't do that?
I was with you up until drinking the puddle of water, and now I'm like,
It looked like medicine in a little Dixie cup.
okay.
It happened once, twice, in the same day. And then like later on, it's like, well, what else can I do? It's like, oh, I guess maybe I'm dying, you know. And then you have to act it out, and then you're sitting there like, wait, should we like get out of this right now? Because this is getting weird and dark, and it's also getting dark outside.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, and you get uncomfortable, but you don't know when to break it or.
Yep.
And I didn't feel any anxiety. I don't like that term. I didn't feel like they shouldn't get that deep in the episode. It just reminded me of that. Like getting like, should we back up a little bit? Is this too deep? Is this too heavy?
I hear that. I really hear that. There's a
thoroughly enjoy it. Let's be clear.
Uh-huh.
That's my best Obama impression.
The only thing that I really would say about that, because I completely agree. What really felt to me with the first part of that, the conversation between Imogen and her mom, Liliana, I was right. When we're talking about, I was just calling Imogen's mom. The really big thing that I felt about that is like, this is just Momagen, nice. It's a conversation between a child and a cult member. And it's super uncomfortable. It's super emotional, and it's they're in too deep, and it's nothing they say is ever going to change it. And that carries into the conversation that Imogen and Laudna have, where it's really just like she would, you know, it's like you're at this conversation that it's uncomfortable and it's emotional, and you're right. It's too much. They're in too deep.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what was that? Is it Scientology, or was it? What was the one? Running Clear. It's the Scientology one where the lady gets born into the cult. I think it's Scientology, and she's in the cult. It was a documentary a bunch of years ago.
Oh, okay.
And she's born into it, and then manages to break free and get out of it, and is like, holy crap, I can't believe that they're still there, and I can't believe that I'm out, and this is what they made me do, and it's really gross. It's sort of, that's what it kind of felt like. Like Imogen is that, what is that lady's name? Megan something. I don't remember. It was a really famous thing that happened.
Merkel, that's right. I'm joking. That's the one that married the Kennedy. Meghan Merkel? Isn't that the Kennedy marrier?
Not Kennedy. That's the
sorry, the royal family.
The royal family, yeah.
Kennedy. What? Living in the past, man.
Living not there.
Yeah.
But no, that's all. I just felt really uncomfortable and cultish and awkward. Very, very, very awkward.
Yeah, it is a little. Shit. What was I gonna say? Because I, you know how we have missionaries riding cycles around Taiwan, right?
Yep.
Came across one the other day. It was like in
Mormons, not missionaries. Mormons.
Yeah. Well, they're on their missions.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. At least the Mormons I knew back home, they would go on their missions.
Yeah, I guess I never think of them as missionaries, but I guess you're right. That is what they are doing.
barely caught sight of one as they were riding by, and I'm just having a beer and smoking a cigarette, and I just heard this like weak high, and I was like, I had my headphones in, I'm like, hello, whatever, and she came back, and she's like, hey, so do you know what? I'm like, come on, dude, like, look at me. Do you think I'm gonna? Yeah. And it's like, she's like, yeah, I strayed away from faith. I'm like, yeah, I did once also, She's like, yeah, I did it a couple of times. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. I'm just trying to be polite. Just go. It's too much. I
pulled the whole. I haven't seen them in a while around Kaohsiung. It's not true. I've seen them.
It's been ages since I've seen them here. Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't been around nearly as much. But I usually do the whole assalamu alaikum to them, and I'm just like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Like, assalamu alaikum. It turns them away pretty quickly.
Yeah. Because they're a person. I'm not going to be rude to that person.
I'm not going to be rude either, but I'm definitely not giving them time.
Yeah,
I don't have that kind of time in my life.
And that's kind of like, Momagin and Imogen. It's like,
It's
it's like, is there anything you can say that's going to sway me? It's like, she actually said that, and then it's like, that's not going to happen.
No.
Like, she doesn't speak in the same way that, and she's
Mhm.
probably brainwashed with that urge of joining, and there's so much going on.
Loneliness, man. It's loneliness.
Yeah.
I don't have much of a yes and for that, but
Anything's a yes and.
But right after that is a real interesting thing. And I was going to save this one for the end, but I'm just going to throw it out there because it sort of fits in with it.
Okay.
Is like,
That was my last point. That's the last thing I wrote down.
Oh, okay. So this is my big one, and it happens right afterwards. And I've got a timestamp for it. It happens at 2 hours 43 minutes, basically very very shortly after the conversation that we're just talking about with the dream sequence and then the conversation with Laudna and Imogen. It's where Matt starts explaining the difference between myth versus lore, and about how we we as readers and followers and the audience get the lore, but that and that is not lore for the people or the characters that live in the world, or the NPCs or the PCs. It's myth.
This kind of fucked me up. I know what you're talking about.
It fucked me up too, because then he qualifies that with, because everything is always written by the winners.
Yeah.
Everything that you've read in these books that we publish is also been written by the winners. And I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute. I would love, that brings me back to Calamity with Brett, with BLM. And I would love to have been a fly on the wall with the conversations that he had with Matt about what that really means, and about where Asmodeus fits into this, because Asmodeus and Calamity fits in very heavily. And I was like, holy shit, because then we start getting into what, where when they read the missions, through all those missions, the mission number 3 that comes up with Vizodin Emerai, the Talonheart, sent by Bane, the Strife Emperor. And Travis got it right away, right? Like, Travis figured it out. He's like, oh my fuck, guys, come on, know your shit, read your lore, or whatever the fuck he was talking about. He's like, yeah, Strife Emperor is Bane. And that's when Liam actually asked that question much.
That's when he
later.
did the impression.
Right. Actually, he didn't this time, surprisingly. There was
he did
no
it at
Bane.
one point, I think.
Maybe.
But before it started or something. Yeah.
Not as often as it usually does. But way later, this is when Liam asks the question about myth versus lore. Like, do we know this stuff? And it's like, well,
oh yeah, he said over the table. Do we know this?
Over the table,
yeah.
like, to avoid the metagaming thing. Do we even know what really happened?
And that was Matthew's response to that was, all right, well, here's what you know. It's like whoever won gets to tell the story. So
right, but even then, we start getting.
I heard that before, but in this case, I was like, oh shit, I never really thought about it in a gaming standpoint.
Right, even from the rule books, the campaign books that we get. That's still, like, Matt's like, no, that's still written by the winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still fucking half myth.
Yeah.
Because it's like, or it's partially myth, because it has been written by the winners. And then that drove me down an even deeper existential rabbit hole, because I was like, holy fuck, that's just D&D. Like, the overarching theme of D&D is that you are heroes and you are going to write history.
Because you win.
Because that's what Vox Machina did, and that's what the Mighty Nine did, and that's presumably what Bell's Hells are going to do. And that's what every campaign that I've ever been a part of, I've been a hero, and I'm rewriting history, and I'm going, whatever. I'm going to be a hero.
Rudolph did that.
Amazing things.
The red-nosed reindeer. He didn't even have to do anything.
It's just part of who we are, and I was like, holy fuck, like, that's just what we do when we play D&D. Is we are the winners writing history. It's weird, man. It's really, really deep to start thinking about that shit. And then, no, I'll save that for the end, because it does lead into another part, but I'll save it. It's okay. It's all good. Let's do some more rollings.
This is something that's would be way down the line, even if possible. Let's just say that there are games with permadeath options, where it's like you play, and if you die, that's it. You just either start over or whatever. What if, because they have these games now where you upload your past one into the new game and you have that same character with the same
Mm-hmm.
choices. What if you died and you want to start again?
Yeah.
You come back and now you're overrun with this whole world and this whole society of whatever killed you because they won the war.
Yes.
And now you're playing some other character that is now in
Doesn't
this
make-
world.
Right. Doesn't make any sense.
It would just be interesting, you know?
It would be very interesting. And it would be very, it'd be kind of rude.
Yeah, like if Vecna won, like campaign 2, like we talked about that, right? If Vecna won, what would they do in campaign 2?
Right.
Be like, well, shit, Vox Machina is gone, so we'd probably maybe never hear of them, and then it's fucked up.
They would have been in the. They did some stuff. They did the Chroma Conclave thing, so they would have been remembered for that. But that would have been their only thing.
But
the
may have seen as
legendary
evil
party
or-
Vox Machina tried. They were the defeaters of Thordak and the Chroma Conclave, but they tried to defeat Vecna and they lost.
Or you'd be raised in this place, be like this woman from Scientology, and be like, oh, those evil people, they took out the dragons that were trying to help us? Oh, my God.
Right.
And then you find out later that and you become a rebel, and then you have this whole thing, and then you do it again. It's all
Well, that's
captivating.
it's kind of what we're seeing on Rudis anyway, right? Because that's the volition. That the volition is they're the rebels, and it's the hive mind, the five. They're the ones that are sort of controlling everybody, but it's fucking weird shit, eh? When they're talking about how they put that stuff in the back of their head, and that's the mind control shit. Ooh, this is some madness.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't remember if I mentioned it, but Matthew all but said, this is just a tyranny, just oppressed, you know? Like, we did talk about it, because it's like, what is a strawberry taste? Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Okay, roll it.
Rollies.
Alrighty.
Yeah, 15.
17.
Oh, look at you.
Look at this guy. Okay. What's the guy's name? Gaz?
Tomo.
Gaz Tomo. Who did he sound like to you?
Joe from American Dad.
Okay. Oh, okay. Same actor.
Immediately. It's the same actor, yeah.
Same actor. I went for Putty. From
Hey,
Seinfeld.
not bad. Everybody on chat was immediately going, Kronk, it's Kronk, it's Kronk. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's the same actor.
Oh, okay.
That's
who's Kronk?
He's the big dude in The Emperor's New Groove, the Disney animated.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Patrick Warburton, right? That's the guy. He's the Tick. He's actually been himself
the
in
Tick.
kind of movies. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that till this moment.
That's the most famous voice acting one that he's done. But I mean, I watch Family Guy every fucking week, so it's Joe for me. But yeah, like he's done a bunch, and he's an actual real actor too, because he's been in other movies. I think he was one of the characters in the B movie with Jerry Seinfeld. I think he was somebody. Yeah. He's been
a lot of voice work.
A ton of voice work. He's got a great voice, and
he was Superman in some animated series of some sort. Yeah, just a great voice for that.
Yeah, and the amazing part is like Matt pulls it off fucking flawless.
Really, really well.
So good, so good.
I can't do it, otherwise I'd try to do it. But you know the exhales afterwards. I keep thinking of Seinfeld, where it's like you're just gonna sit there and look at the back of the seat. Yeah, I get it's comfortable for me. I can't do the voice, but he had such a good. I don't know. Maybe that's why they lost it so much when he just did the voice, because it was something that was extremely. Did they mention anything? Did they at the table?
I don't think they ever did say it, but they all got it right away.
They reacted pretty fast and hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think anybody ever did say Patrick Warburton, but there was that. They all definitely recognized for sure.
I feel like they would. Maybe they forgot his name, but that's not like them to do that. I forgot his name.
We also got our first. Sorry, do you mind if I end on that one? Because
go for it.
With that, we got our first view of another fucking race of things here, which are the Myceates, the little tiny mushroom folks.
Next point.
Oh, sorry.
No. After you, that's my next point.
Immediately, as soon as Matt described them, and he was like, "There's hundreds of thousands of them in this city." I'm like, are they fucking doozers from Fraggle Rock? Is that what these? Remember the doozers?
Yeah.
the doozers. Do you remember Fraggle Rock?
I remember Fraggle Rock, yes.
Right. So all the little things they made that. So the doozers pulled radishes out of the soil from the bottom, and then they built buildings out of them, and then the Fraggles ate them. That was what the Fraggles ate for food.
Oh,
were the radish buildings that they stole from the garden up in the remember where the king and the queen lived and their son. I love Fraggle Rock, dude. It was one of my favorite. I loved everything Henson.
But I do remember in my head that they were eating something that made an image in my head.
Yes.
That was like kind of a crispy but like a stick kind of thing. Like
yeah, they were.
That's a vague memory I have of this. Now you're making sense.
Pulled the white radishes out, and they chopped them up into little pieces, and then made construction pieces out of them, and built buildings. And then the Fraggles would come and grab the buildings and just eat them. And the doozers were like they had little construction machines, and they wore hard hats, and they were all like
That's right.
That was weird shit, man.
And if I'm not stepping on any toes here, when they say like, "What's their name?" It's like, I don't know. I never asked them.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting the voice a little bit. Like,
Not bad.
Why would I do that? Like, why would I ask them a question like that?
I don't know
because
how to say that.
Yeah, it's like asking a cockroach. It's like,
yeah,
what are you doing? Like, But I don't remember. Do they communicate?
No, they have little.
Like, can they mentally?
They didn't try. Imogen suggested it, never tried.
Huh. Fuck, I wonder if I should just yes and on that, or
Let's do another
a double yes and. Yeah, let's roll.
Go for it if you want to.
Let's roll. Because if I win, which I probably will, which is strange with the 4 die.
Another 15.
2.
Oh, hey. Okay, so
right next to that 20. Come on.
Yeah, I got another timestamp here. 46 minutes and 10 seconds. This was a really, really pleasant one for myself. I thought about this a lot last Friday. Last week, I brought up a point about the ecosystem, the closed ecosystem of Ruidus, and the evolution that would occur because of that. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense how it could be a closed system like that. They don't have any, it's completely confined. They can't get anything in. They can't get anything out. It doesn't make any sense how evolution would work on this kind of a scale. And yet you have all these different races that are completely unique. And then I was sort of like, but magic. So who fucking cares?
That was what I was going to say.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point, is that D&D, you don't need that kind of shit.
Experimentation in a tyrannical rule.
Right. But Matt did the solid of saying at least 4 points in history in which Ruidian society had to be reset.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
If you constantly are rebooting civilization, that's how you recycle materials in a closed system.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Matrix. It's the whole fucking plot of the Matrix, where Neo keeps getting. There's been multiple iterations, if you believe the architect in the Matrix series, multiple iterations of Neo. And all of them are sort of like, no, we keep beating you, and we keep beating you, and we keep beating you, but you keep coming back, and we have to figure out a way to finally beat you. It's like that's all I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, this is just shades of the fucking Matrix now, the trilogy. I'm like, okay, I get it. Also, if you're trying to reset civilization, or you have to keep resetting it, that's how you keep you keep improving on things. Like, oh no, the last versions of the Shrike didn't work. We need somebody even stronger than that. Let's create Juggernauts. Okay, now we get Juggernauts. Okay, this version. Okay, now we're going to go out and really take care of all of those other villages or all those other cities. And now they're all wiped out in this last one, and see what happens.
And we still have Shrikes,
Yeah. Well, the Shrikes needed somebody to protect them, so they have the Will Masters, and then they've got the Juggernauts, and then they've got the this, and they've got all these different versions. They've got the what are they called? The Myceates, and then we've got the Quanticas. We got the name. We finally got the name.
Yeah, the Quanticas. What was that reminding me of? Because Matthew said, "Fuck it," and you look like a Quokka or Quantica or something. What I don't remember what he said. Was it Quantica? Yeah,
the Quanticas. They started saying the Quanticum, the Quantica, the place it's in. It's a place. I forget. It's like an FBI place or a CIA place in America. It's like a Quantica or so, I don't remember what the actual name is. Listen, man, Quantica, Quanikkas. Guess where Wookiees come from in Star Wars?
Oh, I used to know this. I played
the planet Kashyyyk.
Right.
Kashhyyyk.
3 Ys.
It's 3 Ys, 3 Ks, 2 Ks. It's like it's the same thing. It's like Quanica, Quanikkas, Wookiees, Kashyyyk. It's all they just ripping off fucking. Shame
Well,
on you for ripping off George Lucas like
they're
that.
in space. Hey, what else are you gonna do? Where's your inspiration
Fair
coming
enough,
from?
fair
It's either wars or Trek. You know.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
It's true. It's true.
What you said kind of reminded me of Mass Effect as well.
Yes.
Because the Reapers, they're just like, we restart this whole thing, and then we let you evolve enough to get powerful enough, and then we just take you right back in, and that's how we subsist ourselves over millennia. We just subsist.
It is a trope, right? It's definitely one of those tropes.
But it's you can't disprove it, so it stays like the multiverse is basically proven. But
I'm very, very curious to see how this next few episodes are going to turn out in April, because I can feel these things coming up. Anyway,
I'm really excited for the next one. The next one sounds fucking fun. I don't know how they're going to do it. If they're going to, have they done it before? Like this party now and then this party there.
I'd like to see a split table.
It'd be so fun. It's been a while, and then they could get some guests in there. They could get some guests in there because it's been ages since they had guests. Wait, ages? When was the last guest?
The last guest was the split, when they split up at after the explosion.
After the
it was
solstice.
like Abria and Christian and Emily and
that Indian guy Utkarsh.
Utkarsh. He was Bordor. Yes.
Yeah. That's been a while.
That's the last guest. So somebody posted on Reddit last week that this is the longest stretch they've ever had without a guest.
Maybe that's okay. Yeah. Okay, because it was like something's like things. I was like, are things going slow or what's going on? I think that's what it is, because they said
somebody said that this is the longest stretch that they've had. They broke it a couple of episodes ago that this was the longest they've gone without a guest spot. So we'll see. This would be a good opportunity for it, but who knows?
Speaking of opportunities, I'm going to yes and with a little
Go
thing.
for it.
With these little mushroom fellas, these mushroom folks, when they first came in, mycetes. Okay, I was kind of the immediate gut reaction that everybody had towards them was like, oh,
yeah,
because they said, what are they, like 2 feet tall or something like
2
that?
feet tall with little floppy weird.
Yeah, one of them was like hewn or something, and his head was like flopping sideways.
Yeah.
And just like everyone was first just like, oh, like these little things. And I was just waiting for the moment where it's like, oh, so I don't know what the question was. Like, what do you do? Where are you from? Like talking to it like a little kid, and being like, the thing responds like it's you have no idea who you're talking to right now. They're the mayor of this area. They've been the president of this for 20 years, and it's
right.
Yes,
drop the other shoe.
I am the general of this army for the last 400 years. So I'd appreciate it if you pick up your tone. I was waiting for it, but it didn't happen, and then I think it kind of just stayed that way. I was hoping for some kind of more sentience. Is that the right way to say it? Sentience.
Yeah, a little bit more of a consciousness, maybe, or more like, presence.
Cognizance?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
They seem pretty cognizant. Like, they seem to be like, they kept grabbing their fingers, like, okay, it's your time to go over here.
Right, yeah.
Us. But I was like,
I mean, Matthew made him sound so cute, right? Yeah. Anyway, on another rollie?
On another rollie.
Blasting through them. Let's do it.
7.
13.
You won them all, dude.
Man, I'm killing. I just lost the
one.
one.
I won the last one. I got the last one.
Yeah. Well, as we kind of touched on from earlier, Laura slayed the conversation with her mom. That was so good and so impressive.
Agreed.
It's why people think that the show is scripted sometimes, and that's the biggest compliment you could get. When you're sitting there playing online games, like back in what was the first big one, Counter-Strike, and people started accusing people because like you could hack in and then get auto aim and stuff like that, and if you got accused of it, it was like the highest honor. Because like you're just that good that people accuse you of hacking, and they get you banned, and you're like, I got banned. It's highest achievement. You sit there and be like, this shit's fucking scripted. Of course it is. And be like, they think it's scripted. What an honor.
Yeah, dude. Like there are times during those conversations I'm like, holy fuck, man. Like, how is this not scripted?
And how did you think to say that?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And I do have a small theory. Now that Laura is a mom herself, she can really
in.
understand like how
Yeah.
her momagen would be feeling
Right.
with this situation. So she can do both. She can do mom and daughter
And
approach.
understand where they're coming from.
And
Yeah.
just be Imogen for that conversation. It's incredible.
You wonder where Matt gets his inspiration from. Where's his muse on that one?
Yeah, I mean, is he
Because
just
he's right there as well. Although I will say, on that same breath, he did flounder a little bit as mom in that conversation. I don't know if you noticed or not. There were moments when Imogen was like, "Well, show me then. Tell me why," and Matt was like, "I can't. I can't." I could see, you could see it in his face. He's like, "I can't."
Did he look sideways for a second?
He totally did. He was like, I can't do that, because like he's not this. I'm paraphrasing for what I think was going on in his head. He's like, "I can't do that because that gives up the goose."
Right.
Like that's what the fucking, of course there's a reason why I'm doing this. I can't tell you that because then you'll know the end game, and you're not supposed to know that yet. So
he's like, how do I say something without it?
Right. There was a couple of moments when I could see Matt was like struggling to try to keep the things secret a little bit. And
I think it's called give up the goose without the gander. Is that right?
Yes. 2 in the hand is worth 3 in the bush.
Everybody likes the same thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
6.
Same things.
Right. Drinking horses with water to the cart or something.
Yep. 2 wheels,
Got
1 stone. Yep.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. And it's she's good. She's very good.
I've got one more kind of similar to that, but
I'm going to give up my last one, and it's kind of a biggie. I had an idea when they were going in to when they get read they get 4 missions, right? Sort of, they get ABC, and then they realize there's a 4th mission. So the first mission is this is one of the ones they're doing. They're going with Ira to demolish this excavation site.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it is.
Demolition team. Yeah.
Demolition team and extraction team.
Yeah.
Or
the sneaky team.
Sneaky team. Yeah, whatever they're going to do.
I forgot what they called it.
The first one is the one that interests me, and it got me thinking. Why are they going? They're going to destroy this excavation site, but what is the excavation site for?
I guess I didn't really question
They never
it because,
said. Nobody says. I think it's where they are digging to get to Predathos. I think it's an excavation site, digging down to get to him, and I think Ludinus wants to get there to him. I think Ludinus has been working with this hive mind for a while now, and he's like, "Hey guys, we're going to go in and we're going to get this fucker, and we're going to wake him up, and you're going to get your blue promise." But that's not what Ludinus wants. I think Ludinus wants to get down there, and while Predathos is sleeping, use his brand new and improved siphon vest thing to siphon Predathos' power and become A, the one god, or B, the god eater himself.
You know,
That's my new theory on where Ludinus is going.
Yeah, I mean, because Bell's Hells has like a shit version of the sucky thing,
like
right?
his prototype or one of his first iterations of it.
And who knows how many there have been, right? Because the guy's been alive just eating shit for immortality.
This was found in Lezbehonest, which was destroyed. There's an interesting parallel between the corruption of Lezbehonest and what they called the lore we got in this one was the Crush. Yeah. They talked a little bit about that maybe last week. I don't remember. One of the episodes was where we learned about this event called the Crush. Might have been this one. I didn't write down anything about it. But that Crush apparently is like right around the same time when the corruption of Lezbehonest happened. And there's some speculation that Ludinus might have caused it on the moon when he was trying to do it then, and he couldn't do it, or he was making his first attempts. Kind of interesting. I wonder.
This guy's pretty scary, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
If he's as ruthless as just like, I'll just eat this thing, and if he's got a real good version of it that it doesn't have a 20% chance of breaking, Or if it does, hey, let's make another one.
Yeah, that it does, not that it doesn't break, but its bonuses are even fucking higher.
Yeah,
Like
or
they
all
siphon
of the
in
above.
they siphon in something and it lasts for 24 hours, right? What
Right.
if he siphons in stuff with his and it's permanent?
Yeah.
Who
Or what if
knows?
he has it on there and it's like he siphons a
My
leaf and he gets something for the fight,
my
you know?
brain just went somewhere else too. He tries it on Predathos and fails. And
Mm-hmm.
there's that moment of, oh no, what's happening? Oh no, and then same thing that sort of happened to Trent, right? When Trent when they in the Mighty Nine one shot, when they fought Trent, he's like, well, I guess
Oh,
this is
yeah.
it. He cracks the egg and now he's inside the Juggernaut or the whatever the Juggernaut,
The astral sea,
whatever
the abyss. I
the
don't remember.
Dreadnought. No, it's another
No, what
thing.
did I
It's
do?
like I forget. It's a kaiju. It's a
Oh, yeah,
giant
yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah, yeah.
kaiju thing.
That's right.
It was a demon of some kind, a crazy thing that he released, and he becomes part of it. I have this sneaky feeling that Matt might go back to that, where if Ludinus does get the chance to try it, it fails because of course it would fail. It's not that easy to fucking siphon out a god, but he's gonna try it anyway, and then it fails, and then he gets destroyed and gets the god takes him in, and then there's this moment of like, oh, hello everybody, like in this Predathos is like snacks and gone.
And what an honor for Ludinus if he gets eaten by the God Eater.
Mm,
He'd be like, oh,
mm,
maybe I did achieve godhood.
mm.
If he's just gonna, you
Funny that.
know, just feed him the traveler, you know,
Mm-hmm.
feed him.
Right.
And he'd be like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted.
I don't actually know if I can do any more rollies because I may not have anything else to say.
I'm realizing right now that I didn't second guess the excavation site for a moment because I was just like, it just reminded me of the Malleus Key. I like it was just kind of like down like this, and I'm like, yeah, of course, that's just what they do as
It could
moon
be.
people.
It really could be. But they already have that site where the bridge lands. So
Right. So I
I
just
was like, well,
assumed that.
what could another excavation site be? Well, maybe for Predathos. Maybe.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is I didn't even think about it. Like I was just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, they just do this. That's just a place in the game.
As far as we all know, Predathos is buried in the middle of this moon. So
Yeah,
that
sure.
made sense to me.
Didn't
I
even think
guess.
about it. Not a thought
When-
crossed my mind.
a couple of weeks ago, like a month or two ago, when Imogen has that long dream where she's going layer after going down layer after layer after layer after layer after layer, and then down at the bottom is that the voice, the presence.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Then if you don't have a rolly,
Nope.
I'm gonna
Go for
launch into this then.
Do it.
Imogen didn't make a wisdom saving throw after connecting with her mom.
Mm,
What was different between that and the last time she was like dreaming, right?
Good question. Maybe
Is,
because they're on the same. Maybe because they're on the same place.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
But she did it when she was on Ruidus, didn't she?
I think so.
But
Maybe.
she wasn't
I don't
connecting with her
remember.
mom. Maybe it has to do with connecting with her mom. But
Could do.
even Laura, Imogen said, was like, I don't know if I can come back if I do it again. So that's why FCG was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's like, I could send everybody there if you want me to. It's a
Yeah.
high enough spell.
Yeah, that's right. That's
But
right.
Not a
But
roll
there was no
made.
save. Yeah, there was no roll. Huh. Could be an oversight.
Could be an oversight.
Could be. That happens.
Yeah. But and maybe Matthew was just either thrown off by some of the questions and maybe enamored by the acting of Laura because that was awe-inspiring, that fucking interaction.
It was.
And same with between her and Marisha was really fucking
It was also
good.
very good. I'm gonna just throw one. I do have one more thing, maybe.
Sure.
Um,
I got one last thing.
the funny little interaction that totally went unnoticed at the table is when they ask Rashina about her golden hammer, and she's like, "Gold is particularly rare. Gold in particular is extremely rare."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Fuck!" Chetney was just throwing gold away last session, and nobody said anything about that. And I think Travis kind of looked up and looked
Yeah.
around and didn't say anything, and then just sort of went back to it. I think he did. There was a little bit more notice of recognition there, like, ah, shit, I might have fucked up with my getting rid of my gold.
Well, I kind of took a different stance on that one because like this person was saying it's particularly rare here, but as far as I remember, the other person was saying it's like we have some use for this, but you know, it's not really. We don't have a currency.
Well, yeah, they don't have currency, but they do have like
The
it's
trade.
it's like it's a symbol as her golden hammer. So it is valuable. It does have value, like to be called the golden hammer because gold is so rare. that means that it does have some value, maybe just not currency value.
And frankly, not that usable as a hammer, seeing it is a very malleable material.
It's a terrible material to make a hammer.
It's really ironic to have it like.
What are you are you going to be hammering water? Is that what you're going to be hammering?
Hey,
Like,
they work great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck compressing water, though.
Mm.
Last little thing. Timestamp: 3 hours, 8 minutes, 46 seconds. Timestamp. I actually have a little thing now, so I don't have to announce it. Just back on the acting thing, Marisha fires back, and I'm not sure why this stood out so much to me, but she was like, what about having you without Delilah? Is that even possible?
Oh yeah.
You know, and they discussed that at length. You know, like what would it mean if this is this? What would it mean if this is this? Does it mean I lose you if we lose her? And then I'm going to say Marisha, not Laudna, fires back as an actress, as skills. It's like, can you get rid of Ruidus? And I think it really hit Laura like as a character, as an actress. Like it's just innate. It's just who you are.
It sort of defines me.
Yeah,
it's like it's part of me. Right. I agree. Yeah.
I thought it was a hard hit that even I think stunned Laura a little bit.
Very poignant for sure.
I wanted to make sure I shouted out because Marisha, we know you're watching.
Woo. Yeah.
That's all mine, bud.
That's all I got too. I'm very excited. We got a break. We got who do we got? We got Ormchet, Imogen, Laudna going on the team infiltration. We got Ashton Fern and FCG going on team demolition. So we'll see what next week. I have a feeling they're going to do it all at the same table, and they'll just do it because one of the things my buddy said is like it's going to be really cool to watch them being able, because they're not really splitting up because they're still able to communicate with each other. But they always fucking forget that spell is only good for an hour.
Yep.
So that telepathic bond is only good for an hour.
Yeah, we can talk to each other. Yeah, for a bit.
For an hour.
For this next conversation.
And who knows how long this trip is going to be to get there. So I have a feeling Matt's going to be paying attention to that. I hope he does. Because I hope they don't forget about it. I don't mind them ignoring rules. I really don't mind that. I think it's fun because it makes the story better.
Doesn't bother me, but I'm curious.
But inconsistencies do. It's like when you do it one way and then you don't do it the other way, and at this time that bugs me a bit.
Yeah, let me ask you a real quick question. Actually, pardon me if I've already asked it before. What happened with Stonky's ring? Did they just stop using it?
Well, Stonky's ring is way, way, way too powerful. It's a silly magic.
That's why I ask.
So yes, I think Matt said that no, that ring is now going to just be telekinesis, not the fucking souped up version of telekinesis. So it's just regular telekinesis that it's supposed to be, which means you can just sort of lift up normal things.
It's kind of funny. She's like, well, I got this ring and I can hold up to 1,000 pounds. And it's like, fuck, Abria.
Yeah. Yep. Totally.
All right, cool, man.
Hey,
well, I got to go pay my phone bill and do some stuff, and I got
dinner. I got dinner and stuff I got to do as well. So let's call it.
All right, let's call it.
Nice.
Hey guys, get in touch. Best way, get in the comments right down below. If we're full of shit, or if we get something right, or you just want to say something nice, or you say something dirty, hey, bring it all on. We're fine with it. He is on all social media at bengreenspoon. I am on Instagram at drummatucka. That's also in the information down below. And I have nothing to promote, man. Guitarist just had a baby on Monday.
Nice. Congratulations.
He did announce it, so I get to say that now. Yep, it's their second. So we don't have practices or shows for a while now, so I'm going to have to find some way to keep my drumming self busy. But I guess more information on that as it comes. Fuck, I don't know. Check out the album in the meantime. It's fucking great. I think I still have the link in the information.
Probably.
Yeah, if nothing else, Ben.
I'm good.
Okay, well then don't forget to love each other, and is it finally 2 Fridays from now?
Yeah.
Peace, everybody.
Peace, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Take care.
Oh. Okay, there we go.
Peace.